Welcome to Living Wise TV. My name is Tosin Ayo, your public health specialist, promoting health through healthy eating and lifestyle adjustment. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how we confirmed our body weight status and also determined our ideal body weight. This is part 2 of the series, How We Lost 50 Pounds Within 6 Months Without Any Rigorous Exercise, and also lowered high blood pressure without any medication. So when I say we, I mean my hubby and I were in this journey together. In the last video, which was part 1, I gave an overview of the whole journey from doctor's visits to choosing our foods to having the body mass index determination. So you do not want to miss, you want to have a look at that video. So I'm going to drop a link in the description. So if you're new to the Living Wise TV or you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, like, share with your family, with your friends, with your acquaintances, with whoever you feel is going to benefit from the videos. And also click on the notification bell so that you're notified as soon as a new video drops. Before I go on, please note that this video is for educational purposes only. If you need medical advice, please seek the services of a professional medical practitioner. But firstly, let me give you some background story. My husband and I have been experiencing some symptoms which we did not, no way did we attribute it to our body weight. He has been having severe headaches for a very long time and he uses analgesics all the time. On my own part, I was having progressively excruciating body pains and joint pains. It was so bad that I was on analgesics most of the time. And I did not attribute this to my body weight. In fact, I was thinking it was something else entirely. I thought it was the work I do, which entailed standing for prolonged periods of time. Actually, I gave an overview of the whole journey in part 1 of this series, so you may want to watch the video. And our journey began. The first step in this journey was to calculate our body mass index, known as the BMI, and we used this to confirm our body weight status. So we also calculated our ideal body weight. So that means what we did was to know what our body weight status was at that point in time, and then also what our target body weight was supposed to be, and that was what we were working towards. So that is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. How we calculated our body mass index, BMI, and used this to confirm our body weight status, and also calculated our ideal weight. Can you believe that we were both obese? It's so unbelievable to be. That was so unexpected. So what is BMI? What is body mass index? BMI is a numerical value calculated from an individual's body weight and height. It's also a screening tool for determining an individual's weight status, that is, whether the person is underweight, healthy weight, overweight, or obese. So BMI, that's the body mass index, is a numerical value. However, its meaning is derived from its interpretation. So it usually presents as a range with its corresponding weight status category. So anyone who has a BMI of 18.5 and below is considered as being underweight. Between 18.5 to 24.9 is considered as having a healthy weight status. So that an example is someone who has a BMI of maybe 20 or maybe even 23 or even 24 is considered as having a healthy weight, and that is actually the target. That's your target weight. That's where you want to be. Between 25.0 and 29.9 is considered as being overweight, and above 30.0 is considered as being obese. We were obese. We were, as my hubby and I, were well over 30.0. Can you imagine that? And we're already presenting, having symptoms. He was having, headaches all the time. He did a health status assessment with a family doctor, and he was diagnosed as having, high blood pressure. His blood pressure was quite high. I was having body pains joint pains, which I did not attribute to my body weight. However, I was obese, and my target was now to be within the healthy weight status category, which was between 18.5 to 24.9. Subsequently, as we move along, I'll show you how you can calculate that. It's important to note that this BMI interpretation, what I just showed you now, is meant for adults 20 years and above only. Teens and children have a different interpretation. Also note that BMI is only an indicator of body fatness. It does not diagnose body fatness or the health of an individual. If you need to know what your health status is, you need to see a physician or maybe your family doctor who will do a comprehensive health status assessment for you, which was exactly what we did. We had to do a health status assessment. So why is the BMI? Why is it important? Why do we need to know BMI? So BMI is important because it's an easy and inexpensive tool for weight status that can be determined by you and I. As in, you only need your weight and your height to be able to, determine your weight status. Also, it is strongly correlated with various chronic diseases. That is, someone who has, for instance, someone who has or is obese will be highly correlated with, various chronic diseases, which we're going to discuss later on. And it screens for weight categories that lead to health problems, for instance, chronic diseases. So for instance, like I said, we were obese. It means we're at risk for different health conditions, such as hypertension, heart disease, hypertension, just like my hubby had, heart diseases, stroke, type 2 diabetes, body pain and joint pains, which was what I was presented with. I was having body pains and joint pains, chronic ones, and, very, very serious ones that I was using medications all the time, and all causes of death, mortality. So someone who is obese is at high risk of all of these. Also, we're talking about, your lipid profile. You have high LDL cholesterol, that's a low density lipoprotein cholesterol, high HDL cholesterol, low HDL cholesterol, and high triglycerides. Also, people who are obese are at high risk of some cancers, including endometrial cancer, breast, colon, kidney cancer. And also you can talk about low quality of life, which was, imagine someone being in pain all the time, just like we were experiencing, always being on analgesic medications, and maybe probably someone who is presenting with high blood pressure, being placed on medication, all the time. So, which means the person is always on medication all through one's life, and chronic inflammation and, increased oxidative stress. So now that we know, some of the conditions that someone who is obese presents with, let's now talk, how do we calculate the BMI? How do we calculate the body mass index? So the formula actually is the BMI is a weight divided by height squared. So it's a person's weight divided by square of the height. So how do we measure the BMI? Usually we do that. It's advisable that you do that every morning after using the bathroom with minimal clothes on, because you don't want to weigh your clothes. So as much as possible with minimal clothes on. So you get your weight, you need a weighing balance for your weight, and also a measuring tape or ruler for your height. So in the morning, after using the bathroom with minimal clothes on, so you're either doing it in kilograms or pounds. So you choose one. I actually prefer using the metric, but you could use the imperial, which is a pound. Then also for your height, you either measure it in centimeters or feet and inches. So the if you're doing this, so it's either you do kilograms and centimeters, which is a metric calculation, or you do it in pounds for the weight, and for your height you want to do that in feet and inches. So you don't do, it's not kilograms for your weight and then feet and inches. No, that does not work. It's kilograms with centimeters or meters, or pounds with feet and inches. However, knowing this, it's, things are so easy now. You just use a BMI calculator. So you use the BMI calculator. So I'll leave a link for you in the description, where I usually use the United States Center for Disease Control's BMI calculator. So I'll leave the link for you in the description, where you can just access that. And this is how that looks like. So like I was saying earlier on, so it's either the height. So this is a metric calculator. So you either want to do the metric or you want to do the English or imperial. So just get a tape, measure your height in centimeters, and also get your weight in kilograms. Put that in here and just click on, calculate. So it's either you're doing that, centimeters and kilograms, or you are doing that in feet and inches and then pounds. So just put in whatever the value of your height is, and also your weight, and just click on calculate. And that with that you get your body mass index. So next, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Like I said, this is from the United States Center for Disease Control website. So as an example, a person, an individual who has a height of 165 centimeters. So you just put that in here, 165 centimeters, and weights, 100 kilograms. Just put that in here. Click on calculate, and the BMI is 36.5. What is that? Is in the interpretation using the BMI range. So that is above 30.0, which means someone who has of this height and weight is obese. That is the body weight status, obese, because that value is above 30.0. And if we're using the imperial, that's in the English, calculator, so as in that you're measuring your height in feet and inches, and your weight in pounds, you just do likewise, just put in those values here, and your weight in pounds, put it here and click on calculate. So for instance, as an example, an individual who is 5 feet 6 inches tall and has a weight of 165 pounds, we just put in the values in here in the calculator, click on calculate, and the BMI value that we get is 26.6. Using the BMI range, the interpretation, the range, it's this person who has this value, this BMI of 26.6, is considered as being overweight, because it falls within 25.0 to 29.9. So this person is overweight. So that being said, let's now calculate. So we now know what the BMI value is. We've known how to calculate it and how to interpret that. And note, like I said earlier on, this interpretation is meant for adults 20 years and above. So now you know what this, from the two examples that we did. The previous one was obese, and this one is overweight. What is our target? Why are we doing this? We're doing this because now we know what you are at present, where you are at presently. You know what your weight, BMI is, and your weight status category is. You want to know where you are at now. And then you want to determine what your ideal weight is supposed to be like. What is your target weight? So if you're starting embarking on this journey, and you want to do, you want to lose weight, what should be your target weight? That is why we're doing this. And for you to do that, we just do the ideal weight calculation. If you're someone like me, just to let you know how to do this, as in your ideal weight calculation, our target is the healthy weight status category, which is between 18.5 to 24.9. So that is where you want to be. This is where you want to be. So the formula for the ideal weight is BMI times height squared. However, for you, before you can do this using the height, initially when we were doing that, we did we measure the height in centimeters. For you to use this formula, you need to convert that centimeters to meters. And with that, you just divide by 100. So someone who is 165 centimeters, tall will be 1.65 meters tall. That's just the conversion. Just divide whatever you get in centimeters, just divide it by 100, and you convert that to meters. So now let's determine for that same individual, the one that we did initially in our previous calculation, an individual who is 165 centimeters tall, let's determine what the ideal weight should be. And that's what this slide is supposed to be about, is about. So first we convert that 165 centimeters to meters, and that is 1.65 meters. So now you know that the healthy weight it's a range between 18.5 to 24.9. So your first target, if you are on the weight loss journey, your first target is at least to get to the upper limit of the range, which is 24.9. So for you to get what your ideal weight should be at that value, you just do 24.9 time multiplied by 1.65 squared. So if first do 1.65 times multiplied by 1.65, the value just multiplied that by 24.9, and we got 67.8 kilograms. So that is the first target for the individual who is 165 centimeters or 1.65 meters tall. Your first target where you're trying to get to is 67.8. From that example, that individual was 100 kilograms in weight, and that individual was obese. So the first target you just want to your weight loss goal or target is 67.8. Then at the lower level of that range is 18.5. So 80.5 times multiplied by 1.65 squared, that gives 50.4. So the ideal weight range, which is the healthy weight status range, is 50.4 kilograms to 67.8 kilograms. So firstly, you want to get to 67.8 kilograms, and you may just work yourself, if you are still 67 or still come down to 65, you'll still be good. So for instance, we did ours and we're in the ideal weight range, and it was fluctuating between BMI of 24, 23, which is very okay, because that is where you want to be. You want to be in the healthy weight status. Well, so that being said, let's you want your targets to be within the healthy weight status range. Yes, now that we know what BMI is, its significance, its importance, and how to calculate it and use it to determine our body weight status and also use it to determine our ideal weight. So I would like to share with you our experiences and the next steps and the results that we got along the journey. So the first thing that we did every morning was to measure our body weights. So we were measuring our body weight every morning after going to the bathroom and with minimal clothes on. And after the first week, hmm, we had tremendous results. My hubby lost 2.7 kilograms, that's about 7 pounds, and I lost 1.7 kilograms after the first week, which was about 4 pounds. It is so unbelievable to us because the symptoms that we were experiencing, which was causing us so much pain, subsided immediately, as in it went. We no longer experience those symptoms. For my hobby that was using analgesics every day for headaches, there was no longer any headache at all after 1 week. For me, I was always having excruciating body pains, foot pain. After the first week, I was no longer having any body pains. The foot pain, the back pain, the knee pain, all those pain disappeared immediately. It's so unbelievable to me that something that I've been experiencing for more than 2 years was resolved after just 1 week of losing 1.7 kilograms. So that was the experience after just 1 week. It's so awesome to me and so tremendous. So that was 1 week. Now 1 month after, which was time for our doctor's appointment, the results were amazing. My hubby by that time has lost 9 kilograms, which was about 20 pounds. 20 pounds in 4 to 5 weeks. That was tremendous. That was awesome. I lost 5 pounds. I lost 5 kilograms, which was about 11 pounds in 4 weeks. That was awesome. And now the body pains have resolved. For my hobby, we went to the doctors for our doctor's appointment, and lo and behold, his high blood pressure has dropped considerably. Can you believe that at the doctor's appointment, my hubby's blood pressure has dropped down to 132/79 from over 180 over 100. So 180 over 100 to 132/79. That was awesome. The doctor was amazed. She just asked, what did you guys do? What did you do? This was the concerns. You can imagine the concern, the panic, and all that we were just a month before. And just because we did a lifestyle adjustment, adjusted our diet, and now we have this result without any medication, without any medication. Our doctor was just like, yeah, so you guys, I'm sure you're good. I'm sure you're good. We were so relieved. My husband was so relieved. And to tell you what happened then, 6 months after, progressively my hubby's blood pressure was reducing. 6 months after, when we had another doctor's appointment, his blood pressure had come down to 124/68 without any medication. Though we've been monitoring the blood pressure also at home ourselves, it was going down considerably. So which means that whatever we were doing was really working. And by then, which was 6 months after, my hubby was able to get to his ideal weight. He lost 50 pounds. He was one that lost 50 pounds in 6 months. I got to my ideal weight 5 months, and then I lost about 30 pounds. That was awesome to me. Got to my ideal weight 5 months, and that was enough motivation to surmount any obstacles that we faced. It was motivation. We were so motivated. We were so happy because we got our health back. We got our life back. Our quality of life improved considerably. So, and that was so awesome. That a lot of people that saw me, saw us, were always asking us, what did you do? Wow, you've lost so much weight. In short, and that is why I'm putting together this video, so that at least, because I spent a lot of time explaining to people, this is what I did, this is what we did, So I just said, no, it's more effective for me to put this and these videos, on YouTube, so that I can just direct people to it. So if you think you also want to, embark on this journey, I'm going to encourage you. Yes, you can do this. And just have a shift in your lifestyle and your body. your body will thank you for it. My body is thanking me for it. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to share this with you. So that was the story of how we did our body mass index, calculated our ideal weights and our body weight status. Now we are in the healthy weight status. Now we are healthy and we are very happy. So if you are new to the Living Wise TV, or you have not yet subscribed, I'm sure you do not want to miss any of the videos in this series. Kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share with as many people as possible, your family, your friends, your acquaintances, or whoever you think that will benefit from these videos. And please remember to click on the notification bell so that you do not want to miss any of these videos. I'm telling you that, so that you are notified as soon as a new video drops. So until we meet in the next video, be wise, live healthy.